You are listening to Mark Lack, and this is Retail 101 Online. Welcome, Retail 101ers, to episode number 21. These episodes are all designed to give you some quick bursts of retail or management knowledge, and you can do it at your own pace. For our amazing regulars, a huge thank you for continuing to tune in. Your unwavering support keeps us revved up and ready to dive headfirst into the chaotic world of retail. Today's episode is something special, an exploration of a powerful leadership philosophy that may be new to some of you, but speaks directly to the heart of what it means to lead with compassion, connection, and a deep sense of shared humanity. That philosophy is Ubuntu. My name is Mark Lack, and I'm the host of the Retail 101 Online channel, a dedicated resource to learning about all things retail and management by people who've walked the same floor tiles, worn the same name tags, and lived the same stories as you. Ubuntu is a Southern African term meaning I am because we are. It's more than just a word. It's a way of living and leading that places people and community at the centre of everything. For those of you managing teams in retail, this episode is going to challenge and inspire you. In the fast-paced, high-pressure world of retail, where staff turnover is high and customer expectations are even higher, Ubuntu offers a different kind of management approach, one that builds trust, boosts morale, and encourages everyone to succeed together. We'll break this episode into 6 meaningful segments. Part 1. What is Ubuntu and where does it come from? Part 2. Ubuntu in the context of leadership. Part 3. Why Ubuntu matters in retail. Part 4. The challenges of applying Ubuntu in a commercial setting. Part 5. Ubuntu and other philosophies we have explored in previous episodes. And Part 6. The Help is on the Way segment, where I discuss how we can apply Ubuntu leadership in your store. As always, we'll wrap things up with some final thoughts from me. Let's dive into a new way of seeing leadership, not as a position of power, but as a responsibility to the people around you. What is Ubuntu and where does it come from? Ubuntu is a word from the Nguni languages of Southern Africa, including Zulu and Xhosa. It is most famously associated with leaders like Nelson Mandela and Desmond Tutu, who used the concept to guide their approach to nation building, reconciliation, and human rights. Desmond Tutu said, "A person with Ubuntu is open and available to others, affirming of others, for he or she has proper self-assurance that comes from knowing they belong in a greater whole." Ubuntu isn't religion, and it isn't politics. It's an ethic of togetherness, of mutual care, of shared responsibility. At its core, Ubuntu means I am because we are. It is the idea that a person is a person through other people. In practical terms, it means that our identity and success are deeply tied to the communities we are part of. But Ubuntu isn't just about being nice, it's a worldview, a way of living that recognizes that our individual well-being is deeply connected to the well-being of others. Ubuntu teaches empathy, compassion, dignity, mutual respect, and the importance of community. In traditional African societies, Ubuntu was more than just a cultural value. It was a guiding principle for how communities functioned. People took care of each other, listened to one another, and ensured no one was left behind. In a world that often celebrates individualism, Ubuntu reminds us that we are all interconnected. But what does this ancient wisdom have to do with running a modern-day retail team? A lot more than you might think. In the world of retail, where teams rely on one another to make the business run smoothly, this philosophy could not be more relevant. Now, what about Ubuntu in the context of leadership? When it comes to leadership, Ubuntu turns traditional ideas on their head. Instead of leading from the top, Ubuntu leaders lead from the heart. They believe their success is measured not by profits alone, but by how their teams feel, how they grow, and how they treat one another and the customers they serve. An Ubuntu leader takes the time to listen to their team, treats everyone with dignity and respect, encourages collaboration rather than competition, supports the growth of every team member, and understands that their authority comes from the people, not from their title. In Ubuntu leadership, relationships are everything. It's about building trust, creating a sense of family, and fostering an environment where people want to give their best, not because they fear their boss, but because they feel valued and connected. Ubuntu doesn't remove authority from management. Instead, it makes leadership relational rather than positional or transactional. People follow you not because they have to, but because they feel you are at one with them. As a retail manager, can you say the same of your leadership? Okay, but why should Ubuntu matter in retail? Let's now bring this into our world. Retail can be chaotic, fast-moving, unpredictable. Add to that cultural diversity, long hours, demanding customers, and a high turnover, and it becomes clear your leadership style can make or break the team. When you lead with Ubuntu, you create a culture of support and collaboration, not fear or stress. Let's break down exactly why this works. Number 1, it improves team morale. Staff members who feel respected and seen are happier and more motivated. They stay longer and give more of themselves to their work. Number 2, it reduces conflict. When you treat everyone with dignity and encourage mutual understanding, conflicts decrease and people solve problems together. Number 3, it builds loyalty. Employee loyalty comes from feeling like part of a family. If they know you care about them, they will care about the business. Number 4, it enhances customer service. Customers really do feel the difference. When your team is united, friendly, and confident, service improves. Happy employees equals happy customers. And number 5, it develops leaders. Ubuntu leadership is not about controlling people. It's about raising new leaders. You mentor, support, and guide your team so that they too can grow. What are some of the challenges to applying Ubuntu in a commercial setting? Now, let's be honest, Ubuntu sounds beautiful, but applying it isn't always easy. Some managers might say, I don't have time for all this touchy-feely stuff. If I'm too soft, they'll just take advantage of me. We just need to hit our targets. These concerns are understandable. In the pressure cooker of retail, tight deadlines, sales targets, and long shifts, Ubuntu might feel too idealistic. But it's not about being soft. It's about being wise. Here are a few real challenges that you might face. Lack of time. Retail managers are always busy. Taking time to listen deeply or give personal support may feel impossible. Diverse teams. Cultural misunderstandings may arise, and Ubuntu might seem like an unfamiliar concept. Corporate pressure. If your head office only cares about numbers, it can be hard to focus on people. Skepticism. Some team members might not trust your intentions at first, especially if they've had bad managers in the past. These are real issues, but they're not impossible to overcome. Ubuntu doesn't mean being soft or letting people slack. It means you must hold people accountable with dignity, correct behaviour without humiliation, manage with humanity, not fear. It's also worth noting that Ubuntu is not about sameness. In fact, it celebrates diversity. It recognises that we are made stronger through our differences, as long as we are united by shared values. Ubuntu versus other philosophies. As you know, I have already explored several other philosophies within these podcasts. So, how does Ubuntu fit in with these? In the episode Paradigm Shift, I talked about servant leadership. The key focus here was about serving others before yourself. Ubuntu adds the cultural depth of a shared identity. In the episode Mastering Retail with Sun Tzu Strategies, I talked about Sun Tzu and how it developed your strategic positioning. Ubuntu reminds us that strategy must include people. In the episode about Ikigai, it delved deep into leading with purpose and having personal meaning. Ubuntu expands this purpose to a shared mission. And then in the episode about ultimate transformation with Finnish Sisu, we found out about the depths of resilience and determination, whereas Ubuntu tempers this resilience with compassion. Each of these ideas offers strength, but Ubuntu offers soul. It's the glue that binds strategy, service, and resilience into a cohesive, people-first approach. Help is on the way. Now it's time to make this practical. Here are 7 simple but powerful ways to bring Ubuntu leadership into your retail team. Number 1. Start with listening circles. Once a week, gather your team for 15 minutes to check in. Go around the group and ask everyone how they're doing. Not just what they sold, how they feel. This builds trust. Number 2. Recognize publicly, correct privately. Celebrate people's efforts where others can see it. But if someone makes a mistake, talk to them in private with compassion and clarity. Number 3. Lead by example. Don't just tell your team to be respectful and kind. Show them how. Greet your team with warmth. Support them when customers are difficult. And say thank you often. Number 4. Create peer support buddies. Pair team members as buddies for the week. They check in with each other, help each other, and hold each other up. Number 5. Celebrate cultural diversity. Your team is likely to come from all over the world. Ubuntu thrives in diversity. Learn a greeting in their languages. Celebrate their holidays, and show them that all backgrounds are welcome. Number 6. Share success stories. At the end of the week, highlight examples of Ubuntu. Someone who helped a new staff member, or maybe stayed late to support the team. This helps to reinforce the culture that you want. And number 7. Invest in personal growth. Support your team's education, training, or goals beyond work. Even a small gesture, a book, a link to your favourite podcast show, Retail 101 Online. This shows that you care about their future. The most important part of all of this, as a leader, you need to model the values that you want in your team. Greet everyone by name. Say thank you, admit your own mistakes, and ask for input. You can't teach Ubuntu, you have to live it. When your team sees Ubuntu in you, they will begin to live it too. Some final thoughts from me. Retail leadership is not just about products, policies, profits and sales numbers. It's about people. And Ubuntu reminds us that when people are cared for, they give their best. Ubuntu teaches us that success is not a solo act. When one of us rises, we all rise. When one of us stumbles, we all feel it. That's the heart of Ubuntu, and it's what great retail leadership is all about. A manager with Ubuntu doesn't ask, what can I get from my team, but rather, how can I support my team to succeed? Yes, retail is fast and tough, but it's also full of moments to uplift, encourage, and unite. Imagine a workplace where everyone feels they belong. Imagine leading a team that sees you not as a boss, but as a guide, a mentor, and someone who truly understands them. You don't need to be from Africa to live Ubuntu. Ubuntu isn't just an African philosophy, it's a universal human truth. So, here's your challenge. This week, choose one Ubuntu action and bring it into your store. One conversation, one kind word, one moment of real listening, and watch the change begin. I hope this has helped somewhat in your understanding of Ubuntu. If you can think of anything else, then you know how to find me. Send me a message on LinkedIn, X, or the retail101online.com website, and I can add some new insights to the list. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring that bell wherever you get your podcast fix so you never miss out on the excitement of our next episode drop. Join the future, start today. And remember, I am because we are. And that's it, folks. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll see you in the next episode, maybe in a couple of weeks' time. Cheers.